So, okay, this is my floating device. I use it to float everywhere. Mcm5 version 2 without the Bluetooth, and the only modifications are the foam padding and the side pads. 14-inch wheel, 1500 watt motor, 800 watt hour battery, which, if you ride really conservatively, will take you up to 30 miles. Weight dependent, you may get more, or you may get less. I think I'm on about 800 miles of this little beauty, and I've loved every minute of it. I advise that you wear protective equipment, and certainly in respect to whatever terrain you do. If you're doing a nice, easy, gentle ride that isn't up a mountain, I think you can get away with wrist pads and a helmet. Having seen the end results of crashes without helmets, I'd always advise wearing them. Right, how long did it take to ride? 72% of an 800 watt hour battery. At the time when I first received this unicycle, electric unicycle, from Begode, or Godway, or whatever they've decided to call themselves now, it was about 3 months ago. In that time, 800 miles, and of course real life gets in the way of learning how to do things, so I was on night shifts, so I just did 15-minute sessions of essentially 1 foot mounting, and then from there just progressed to riding, and small methodical steps. Did I despair and think I'd never be able to do it? Of course, perfectly natural. But when it does click, and it will click, as long as you're prepared to do the repetition required, it's great. So, my floating device. I like the side pads. You know, there's slightly modified them with an extra little layer here, and it keeps you in nice and snug. And not so much, but that's not so important if you're just doing, you know, nice flat bicycle trails. But if you're doing anything where there's rocks left, right and centre, it's really good to have them because it helps you stick to the unicycle. Without which, I'm quite sure I would have bounced on days when the ground isn't very bouncy quite a lot. So how much did I spend for this? I was quite lucky. Got it for just under £800 off eBay. And as opposed to 1200 plus direct from the UK. That's all very well and good as long as you're prepared to do any maintenance yourself, because essentially you're the one that's going to have to do it. Now, I have ridden a King Song 18-inch suspension wheel. Quite enjoyed it, but because this is the United Kingdom, and things that are enjoyable are, usually illegal, it's how much are you prepared for a superintendent traffic warden to take off you, or the police. Now, however, saying that, the police in the area, in the Highlands and Islands, they've been really, really positive. And as long as I don't ride like an idiot and endanger others, I don't think I'm going to have any issues with them. Parking wardens, different kettle of fish altogether, to be honest. they seem to be less forgiving. So, there's my hometown down there. I've got loads of beautiful trails. And I just love having little adventures. It helps with lots of things. And the biggest thing it helps with is staying in the here and now, without your mind wandering off and catastrophizing in regards to whatever bits and bobs in your life you're catastrophizing about. So from that point of view, adore it. If you're doing the little flat rides, absolutely wonderful. Doesn't take too much out of your body. If you are going up in the hills, different kettle of fish, your core is being hammered continually. And at some points you can actually feel the muscles burn to the point of tearing, which is great fun. Anyhow, that's my little review of my floating machine. Absolutely wonderful. Mcm5 version 2. Don't bother with the Bluetooth speaker, it's useless.